Good morning, my ghosts and goblins. Tuesday morning. Okay, see the mold I have today? This is a mold on make your own skeleton. So, as I told you yesterday, this is what we're going to use today. So, do you know what I'm going for here today? All right, so this is my plan for today. I'm going to make my own skeleton. I actually need a couple of these, but for today's project, I'm going to make I need the hands or the arms or whatever, and at least the head and this part of him. That's the beauty of these molds. You can use what body parts that you need. So I think I'm just going to pour the whole mold because I'm going to need all of it eventually. Excuse me. But I'm going to take it out of the mold when it's soft because I want to bend it to the way that I need it. So I am going to make it glow in the dark, and we're going to either make it yellow or yellow green. One of the two, probably yellow green, because that's the color that I need. So I am going to mix up some resin and get it mixed, get it through my vacuum chamber, and we're going to get this poured in here. Now this has lots and lots of little details because it has all of the details needed in there. And so let me get my resin mixed up and we'll get it poured in here. You're probably asking me, why don't you just use UV resin? Well, because UV resin always pulls back and I don't want that. So we're going to use resin. Let me mix up my resin and I'll be right back. Okay. We are back. I didn't mix very much up because I don't think this is going to take very much. So let's make sure you guys can see. Okay. Pink. Riley and Haley both schooled me yesterday about the haunted pig. Yeah, they were here while just before I had to run them to Twirl. And they said, Meemaw, a orange and purple pig is not haunted. It has to be glow in the dark. I said, oh, excuse moi. So I mixed up some fuchsia. So we'll make our pig fuchsia glow in the dark. So I wanted to show you how I get this filled up. Pop that bubble though. First, I kind of spread these open right here like this, and I ran this through my vacuum chamber, and I pour this in here. We can't spray alcohol, so I just kind of run it, kind of tip it, and I kind of run it down the side. I don't even know if this is enough, but I have some more over there I can mix up if I need it. And then I kind of squish it around in there just to make sure that it gets everywhere it needs to be. And then pull this back again. If I can hang on to these little flaps. And then I pour some more. It's like I'm going to have to use that. Might as well put in the yellow green too. Make him really look funky. Okay. There's that. Mix a little bit more in here. I didn't mix too much in there because I guess if I have to run this back through, I will. Yeah, I'm going to have to run this back through my vacuum chamber. This stuff adds, this glow in the dark just adds so many bubbles. Okay, guys, let me go run this through the vacuum chamber. I'll get this filled up, and then we'll come back when this is soft enough that I can take it out and bend it at the same time. Okay, we'll be back. See you in a little while. Hey, y'all. Welcome back. Okay, just a tad over 2 hours. I got these out of the mold. Now, they are very bendy. Some are a little sticky, but they are exactly where I want them to be. Now, this is what we're going to do with them. And the heat mat's on, so it's making them a little more sticky. Okay. So you see if I can get them off of here now that they're hot. Should have laid them on the glass instead. So you see how bendy they are? All right. I want to put him, and I may have to manipulate these too. And I don't really care about the inside body parts as much as I do these. I want to make it look like this dude is crawling out of this pumpkin. So and now that this is soft, I can mold it to where I want it to be. And we can literally tilt his head if we want it to. Get this other arm here. He got broken neck. Let me just fling him over there for a second. I just need to get his arm in proportion here where we need it to be. And I don't think, because I kind of wanted him just peeking, you know what I'm saying? And so then I was going to carve a space in this, but don't think that's going to work because the hat is going to come down on his head. I mean, I can make it work like that. Just like that. I don't like how that's curved. I mean, your arm doesn't curve like that. Just want it to stick up. Just like that. So it looks like he's crawling out of that. Kind of like that. If I could do something with his legs, I would. I just don't know what. I mean, can I have it? Can I have him sticking out the back? All right, mister. Keep your head right there. Because his legs, I mean, I can UV resin him right there too, so that he stays. Just like that. Shall we do that? So he stays right there. Because he's so flimsy right now. And then once he hardens, he'll be hardened in place. Except I want his head a little more this direction. Don't want it backwards. So I think I'm going to have to put a little more UV resin in here and push his head forward. And these arms are just sticky enough. But I'll UV them anyway, just in case. All right, there's his head. Let's UV this guy's arm in place. I mean, I don't know what to do with the legs, because if you attach the legs here like they're supposed to be, then his legs would be sticking out the back like that. So then it looks like he's half in, half out underneath there. Does that make sense? I want this hand up. So, because his body's in there like that, just like that. And then if you put the leg where it's supposed to be, just like that. So that would be where his leg would connect. His legs would be out like this. And then see, the witch's hat needs to go on top. Like that. So then his feet, I guess, could hang out the back. Just like that. And so it would look like that. I mean, I would love to get that hat down farther, but I don't think it's happening. Not unless I really push his head forward like that. And then it's sitting right up on top of that. And then it looks like he's looking down. So that'd really be pushing it. The only other thing I could do is to carve out that piece in there so that his head would sit like up in top of the hat, and then that would push it down more. And I could have this up so that once I carve that piece out, then I could have this sit on top of this hand. Same way with this if I wanted to. So it looks like he's holding the hat up. I guess if I wanted to, I could do the same thing with his feet. But that's where we're at. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to need to UV this in here so that it stops moving. I mean, the arms aren't exactly in place because obviously they need to be shorter or otherwise they'd be sticking clear out here. It's all about the illusion. So let me get his pelvis, his scoliosis. See, his curvature of the spine. All right, let me get some UV resin on his pelvis so that he'll stop moving around at least. And then if I need to put some on his chest, I can. So that way it doesn't move. The skeleton's in bad shape. He's got curvature of the spine. His arms are dislocated out of their sockets. And God knows what's going to happen to his legs by the time we get done with this. All right. So let's put a little UV resin. Move this away just a tad so we can put some UV resin down there. Perfect. Now let's get it in place here. At least his cervical spine is in good shape. It's just his lumbar spine that's in trouble. Can you tell I used to be a medical coder? Cervical spine, lumbar spine, pelvic region. That's funny. His cranial skull. Lumbar and thoracic. Oh, that's funny. Okay, so we got those in place. I might as well move those over and see if they'll stick to those, because that's gonna okay, so that's all in place. I would like this not to cure to that. All right, I am going to have to go and drill that out so that we can make that completely out of there in that area, so that this will lay down on top of his head right there. And I'll do that with my Dremel, because this has to be the front, just like that. So I'll go do that with my Dremel, and while I'm doing that, I'm going to let these lay in here so that they don't start getting hard on me here. Kind of let them get formed to that, in case it does. They'll at least be where they need to be. If I can just get it to stay down there. Okay, that one's down there. Oh, come on. All right, that one's in there. I'm trying to get you back into location versus dislocation there, buddy. It's like playing with gummy bears. All right. Okay. His legs are where they need to be. Stay. All right. I'm going to go get this dremeled out, and I will be right back. Okay. Okay, guys. Woo-wee! Hey, everything's covered in dust now, except for me and my face, because that's covered up with a mask. All right. I got a hole drilled in there. Let me get some alcohol on here and wipe all this off. It's amazing where that dust will go. Now after this, I get to clean it all up. Show you what I did. At first, I was going this direction, and I thought, that can't be right. So I need to go this direction. So it's okay, because you won't even see it. All right. Get this pumpkin wiped off now because it's covered with dust. Everything in here is. Which is okay. Okay, what I did is I cut him off at the cervical spine because I needed his head as a reference, and I already had glued his body in there. So now his head fits in there just perfect. Just like that. And I decided instead of having it sit on top of his head, I want him to be peeking out, which was my original plan. And so now I could get these feet out of the way. Where's this at? There. So now I still can't decide if I want to put those feet in there. Because that really wasn't my original plan. So this would be what it looks like, just like that, which is what I wanted it to be like in the first place. So if I take this hand and move it up like this, then it looks like he's holding that up and trying to get out of there. And I can, I guess, leave that one there like that. And then I can UV resin that to the back. And then it looks like he's peeking out of the top. Does that make much sense? Like that? So that's what it'll look like. And you can see his body through there. So that's my goal. That was my goal to begin with. But the feet were kind of just extra. And if I have to, I can take the feet and put it outside. I can cut them off and put them on the outside if I want to, because they're still bendable. Okay. And I can glue that on too. So let's get his head in here. Everything's covered with dust. Get everything cleaned up once I get this done. All right, let's cover his head with UV resin. And then get it stuck in here. Just like that. Make sure that's correct. Yep. And I think there's enough in there to keep it in there, but I'll put some more around his head. Make sure it's straight. There. I'm always fiddling with proportions when I need to quit doing that and just work with the project. Okay, Now, set this down here, just like that. Turn it to where it's supposed to be. And let's see. It just needs to be glued right back there. So I'll put some UV resin here and here. And then we'll stick it back on there. Make sure he's in the right place. All right, golden. What do you think? How cute is that? One last thing I need to do, and that is to age this hat. I have to go get girls from school. So I will have to come back. All right. I shall be back in a little bit. Okay. BRB. Hi, everyone. Welcome back. Okay. I painted this with my paint pen, and we're going to see if it'll let me age it now. So there is our skeleton peeking out from underneath the witch's hat. I put the lights in between the cracks on the door, and then the windows, His feet hanging out the back. What do you guys think? Is that not cool or what? I think it's pretty doggone creative. Let me turn off the lights so you can see. You get him charged up here. So cool. Isn't that cute? Oh, I love it. Love, love, love it. Oh, that's so creative. Sometimes I kill myself. So that's what it looks like. Is that not cool or what? Oh, goodness. So cute. Very cute. All right, so that's that. So now my extras. Let's check out our glow-in-the-dark pig here. See how it turned out. So he's not supposed to be a perfect pig. There's his tail. Pop. Oh, this mold cracks me up. And there he is. Let's see what he looks like. And there he is, the glow-in-the-dark pig. All right. There he is, Mr. Glow-in-the-Dark Pig. Last but not least, the spoon holder for Tony. See how it turned out. And I did pour this in layers because, ooh, look at there. Because I didn't have enough black at the time. And voila, came right off. That looks cool. All right, y'all, that's it for me today. We'll move on to the next project. What to do? Hit that like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you think. As always, if you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you subscribe to my channel, and so you don't have to miss out on the end result of this thing, my Halloween masterpiece. All right, y'all, we'll see you tomorrow. Thanks for coming in with me on this today, and we'll see you for the next project. Good night, everyone.